The beautiful woman sitting across from me at the mixer looked up and said,
Long time no see, Keita.
She was my childhood friend, someone I had lost touch with.
It was my first time.
Before I knew it, I found myself in a situation where she was asking me to start dating her with marriage in mind. Things had escalated way beyond my expectations. My name is Keita Konno. I'm an ordinary office worker, been with the company for 8 years. Keita, come with us to the mixer tonight. I'm not great with alcohol. You're just there to make up the numbers, so just sit and relax. The other group is from a major trading company. This could be your chance to marry into money. My seniors are always ready to jump into the action, even if it means getting rejected. They seem to get rejected a lot, to be honest. As for me, I've been single so long that I have practically reached monk status, and I've pretty much given up on the whole dating scene. She's late. You think we got tricked? A mixer with someone from a big trading company sounds too good to be true. Don't be ridiculous. They were the ones who invited us first. Just then.
Are you the guys from Tokyo Company? Sorry to keep you waiting.
Even a monk like me couldn't help but be captivated by the stunning woman who showed up at the mixer. Wait a minute.
Long time no see, Keita.
Asuna, what are you doing here?
That's what I should be asking. Why are you at this mixer?
My seniors invited me. Your name is Miss Asuna, right? Are you a friend of Keita's? I'm Keita's senior, and I always take care of him.
Gulp, gulp, gulp.
Was she really that upset that I came to the mixer? But if that's the case, she could have just ignored me. Anyway, this is the first time I've seen Asuna since we graduated high school. Asuna and I were childhood friends, attending the same schools from kindergarten through high school. Asuna was always serious about both her studies and sports, always tanned from being outdoors, a lively girl full of energy. Up until kindergarten and elementary school, I think Asuna and I were pretty close. But around high school, we started drifting apart. That was when I realized Asuna wasn't just a tanned active girl. She was the top student, a sports star, and the most beautiful girl in school. As for me, I was average in both grades and sports, and my looks were as plain as could be. Just your typical ordinary guy. Because of my spaced out appearance, people used to call me Flat Soda. As we got older, I finally came to terms with the fact that we lived in different worlds. Once I accepted that, it was a weight off my shoulders. Nothing special had happened between us before, and nothing ever would. Once I realized that, I could pass by Asuna in the halls and chat with her like it was no big deal. No big deal? Maybe I wasn't completely unaffected. And now, after 10 years, here she is, right in front of me. Not only that, but she's been glaring at me while downing several beers. Finally, it seemed like my seniors were ready to give up on Asuna, who had completely ignored them. You two must have a lot to catch up on. Why don't we go to karaoke without them? As expected from my seniors, they're pros at this mixer stuff. But still, are they really just going to leave Asuna here?
Yeah, it feels like the conversation isn't really flowing right now.
What?
Asna's a good girl, but sometimes she can be so stubborn. It's a bit of a hassle.
Excuse me, what did he say?
I'm glad there's someone here who knows her.
Excuse me? What? What are you saying?
That's the spirit. All right, Keita, I'm counting on you to take care of her.
We really ended up alone together. Once we were alone, Asuna suddenly became very talkative.
You've been staring at that waitress this whole time, haven't you?
No, I was just avoiding looking at you.
Why are you avoiding looking at me? You must be up to something shady.
What shady stuff? We just met up again.
Here, you drink too. Don't make me drink alone.
You're the one who's been drinking on your own. After being forced to drink way more than I could handle, I started to feel dizzy.
I can't go home by myself anymore.
I'll call a taxi then.
No way. We are going to a second place together, Keita.
What?
What? You can't handle drinking with me?
She's like a textbook case of a clingy drunk. I vaguely remember her dragging me to another bar after we left the first place. Or rather, my memory starts to blur around then. It wasn't a bright and chirpy morning with birds singing. Ouch. Hangover. Yesterday. Huh? No way. No. This is,
But it was my first time.
Sorry. Is sorry the right thing to say in this situation? You need to hurry, or you'll be late for work. This is the worst thing that I could say. I'm so inexperienced, I'm panicking too.
Do you even know the word responsibility?
Yes, of course I do.
She's gone. Oh, I need to get ready for work too. Wait, where are my keys? Oh well, who would target an old apartment like this anyway? Keita, how did it go yesterday? Miss Asuna, right? That gorgeous woman. What about you, senpai? What happened after karaoke? Well, you won't believe this. After just one round of songs, everyone left in a hurry. It was just me and the others, feeling lonely while singing Remio Romain. The song choice isn't really the point. So, what about Miss Asuna? Well... Hey! What? If you don't tell me the truth, I'll order 100 pizzas to your house. That's actually a crime. Well, when I woke up, we were both in bed together. You deserve to treat an entire high school soccer team to Korean barbecue. No way, they'd eat forever. In the end, I had to endure a barrage of snide remarks from my senior during work, but I still don't have a clear memory of what happened yesterday. The thing is, I can't remember anything at all. What a waste. What bothers me is why Asuna was so angry. No matter how much I think about it, nothing comes to mind. I should have at least exchanged contact information with her so I could talk to her sober. Wait, I didn't lock the door, did I?
You're late.
Asuna? What are you doing here?
You agreed to take responsibility, right?
Wait, how did you...
You are going to date me with marriage in mind.
What? This is breakfast?
Is there a problem with it?
No, I've never had such a luxurious breakfast, not even at home. This is delicious. Everything is delicious. She's really cute. Wait, what? I was too flustered yesterday to notice, but the room is sparkling clean. Wait a minute. It's way too clean.
Huh?
The whole bookshelf is gone. And the storage boxes too.
Oh, that. Don't worry. I had everything sent to a recycling company and got it exchanged for cash.
Why would you do that without asking?
If I don't make room for my stuff, there won't be any space.
You're planning to move your things in?
Of course. We're living together after all.
In your dictionary, what exactly does responsibility mean?
I just got rid of unnecessary stuff.
Hobbies are important, like reading or watching movies.
Those shady books and DVDs, you mean?
I'm heading to work now. She really did move her stuff in. Asuna and I are actually living together.
Welcome home.
Well, I guess it's okay. And so, my life living with Asuna truly began.
Apparently, her job doesn't require overtime. So every morning we'd leave the apartment together, and she'd always get home first, waiting for me.
The meals she cooked were so extravagant they could have been served in a restaurant. Thanks to her meticulous cleaning, the apartment sparkled. At night, we slept together in a narrow single bed. It should be heaven. But Asuna would flinch dramatically if our fingers so much as touched, making it impossible to get close to her. In a small, cramped, one-room apartment filled with furniture, avoiding each other was nearly impossible. So even though we were living together, we both ended up tiptoeing around each other every day. It was the same in bed. Having a beautiful woman right next to you but not being able to touch her at all felt like, well, hell. What on earth happened that night? Is this what cohabiting is supposed to be like? I'm so inexperienced, I have no idea. Senpai, can I ask you something? What? Need to borrow some money? The interest rate will be pretty steep. That's way too high. No, it's not about money. Senpai, have you ever lived with someone? I've dreamed about it, but no. Wait, hold on. Don't tell me. Who's living with who? Well, are you saying it's you and Miss Asuna? Yeah, but there's a lot more to it. I'm cursing you right now. For the rest of your life, you'll never be able to find both socks. That's awful. I'm cursing you so that every time you're on a business trip, you'll get a cavity. That's even worse. Just fall off a cliff or something. Just fall off. Anything but that. In the end, all I got from my seniors was a bunch of jealous curses and no useful advice. Asuna's housewife skills are absolutely perfect. Or rather, too perfect. Even though she sometimes smiles at me, She always seems tense. Does Asuna really want to live with me? Asuna has always been a hard worker, but that determination also shows how stubborn she can be once she's made up her mind. I wonder if Asuna feels like she has to marry me because of that one night. Hey, Asuna. She's still so distant. This isn't how you treat someone you like. I don't want to break up with her, but I need to talk to her for her sake. Is there anywhere you'd like to go tomorrow since it's our day off? I can't seem to get the words out.
The zoo.
What?
You asked where I wanted to go, right?
Oh yeah, sure, let's go there. I'm just going with the flow, as usual. No wonder people call me Flat Soda.
They have red pandas here? Let's go see them. Look, you can feed the giraffes. Capybaras! Look, it's the capybaras!
Asuna's smile at the zoo was completely different from the one during our cohabitation. I felt relieved, but also a little sad. Asuna really shouldn't be living with me. I made up my mind and spoke to Asuna again. Hey, Asuna, about that night. I think it was reckless of me to make a move just because we were drinking together. But don't you think jumping straight to marriage is a bit too much? I'm not talking about me, but for your sake, you need to relax and think this through. Of course, I'm willing to take responsibility in whatever way is necessary. Wait, where are you going?
Do you remember when we went to the zoo on a field trip back in kindergarten?
Kind of. To be honest, I didn't really remember.
I was frozen in fear when a tiger in the cage was glaring at me. Then you came over and told me not to freeze up and let me away from the cage.
Maybe something like that did happen.
Even in elementary and middle school,
You would always tell me to relax. My parents, teachers, and friends all praised me for working so hard. But every time they said that, I felt more pressure to keep pushing myself. You were the only one who helped me relax, Keita.
I never realized. I never thought there was someone who actually appreciated Flat Soda me.
But then you started drifting away from me. I had to go to the university my parents wanted me to. I thought I'd confess my feeling after I got in, but then you moved away, Keita. I tried to give up and focused on my job, but I kept hitting walls. Every time I struggled, I thought about how much better it would be if you were there, and I kept wanting to see you more and more. I felt so alone this whole time.
Okay. I get it. Calm down.
I asked around through friends of friends until I finally found out where you worked. I set up a mixer hoping to get some information about you, but then you actually showed up to that sleazy gathering.
So that's why Asuna was angry. But honestly, that's pretty unfair.
Once I found you, I knew I couldn't let you go, but I didn't have the courage to confess. So I thought the only way was to create a situation where I'd have no choice but to stay, and I forced my way into your apartment. But you fell asleep while I was in the shower. Even after we started living together, I got so nervous that everything felt awkward.
Wait, what? So that night, nothing happened?
Nothing. So really, you don't have any responsibility.
Oh, thank goodness.
What do you mean, thank goodness?
No, I mean, I usually never go to mixers. I only went because my senior dragged me along as a last-minute replacement. But I was really happy to see you again, Asuna. That's why I want to treat you with care. But not remembering anything, that's just the worst, right? It was my first time too.
Really?
Yeah. Though in my case, it's more like I'm just a flat soda and a celibate monk. Could we start over?
Start over?
Yeah, like from around middle school. Back then, we used to talk normally, right?
Yeah.
Let's both just relax.
The only time I can relax is when I'm near you, Keita. Can I stay by your side forever?
Of course. What? When I looked around, I realized that Asuna and I had attracted everyone's attention. Well, it's not surprising, considering I made such a beautiful woman cry. Sorry for causing a scene.